well, this is the top league in the country, all the best teams, the best competition, and that's what you want for your kids. You know, you want them to work hard and achieve success against the best, so it should be exciting.
Boy, they were tough. They were a tough team, and they had a lot of speed. And so we weren't ready for that, and they kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting. We made a few mistakes in the back, and then they came back and tied it up, you know, with 7-8 minutes left in the game. But it was a battle. They are a very strong, competitive team. It's a sweet victory because they really deserve it. The girls were tired, they were weak, and they dug really deep. They really did. They really fought for it.
Everyone wants it so bad that we all get better from each other. No matter the win or the loss, we all want it. It's the best feeling. I've dreamed about this for a long time. It's so exciting to be here.
Very tough game. We had to go into extra time to decide the champion, and our boys stuck it to the end, and were able to come out with a victory today.
It's just an amazing feeling knowing you scored the winning goal for the team. We worked so hard for this, and we all deserve this.
Regionals is where you find the best state champions come, and they give you a run for your money.
I think soccer in a whole creates a family. The bake sales, the car washes, the raising of money, it brings all of us together, and we are one, and on to nationals.
John Schreiner back with you here from Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. The third game of our morning session here at the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships, Day 2. We bring you action from the girls under 18 division. The Michigan Jaguars 2001 Green take on Celtic FC Premier Junior, the team from Orem, Utah. The Michigan Jaguars, they qualified by way of the National League. They won the Red Division, and they won their first match out yesterday, a 2-0 victory over 1776 United Extreme out of Pennsylvania. Their head coach is Dan Dalzacchio. They will be taking on the Celtic FC Premier Junior team, who won the National League Black Division, coming to you from Orem, Utah. They had a 0-0 draw yesterday against the outfit from Tennessee, Lady Lobos Rush. So no goals for Celtic FC Premier Junior yesterday. 2 goals, Stadher and Balconi scored both of them for the Jaguars in their 2-0 victory. So one team at 1-0, one team at 0-1. Second match of the group stage for each of these teams. For Michigan Jaguars, a win here would all but assure that they will get out of the group stage. For Celtic, a loss would put them in a deep hole. Consequences on the line here in Day 2. Jaguars against Celtic. Some loose play to begin. Ball touched around. And now to play out of the back. Venturing forward. Bybee. Headed up. And now finally cleared away. Michigan Jaguars, the team in white. Celtic FC, the team in black. Played back. Now pushed ahead once again. Brianna Eves trying to play it through. Just crossed in, nodded down, and easily collected by Etienne. The big boot ahead. Played back. Pushed ahead once again. Here's Bybee. Michigan having trouble getting it out of the back. A lot of pressure from this outfit out of Utah, the Celtic FC Premier, but now a long ball searching forward. Here comes Davis. Played it through. Looking ahead for Statter. Goalkeeper Haven Empey able to collect and restart things for Celtic. A hard charging challenge. That time from Jessica Bandick. Results in the foul. And now a free kick to Celtic. Paige Easter, one of the many Utah Valley verbal commitments on the Celtic FC roster, steps up, plays it in. Etienne almost spilled it, but able to recollect. And then she'll play out from the back, finds Noonan. Bandick played back. Eiley Raski. It's Brass. Played out wide. Looking for Noonan. Noonan cutting back. Noonan crossed into the middle of the pitch. It's cleared back, comes over the touchline. Noonan will throw it on. Running onto it, Davis. Davis with the cross. Center of the box, headed on. Empey able to pick it up. Head coach for Michigan, Dan Delzacchio, said his style is to get the fullbacks involved, to get up and down, keep the forwards wide in their 4-3-3 formation. Create some 2-on-1s out on the wings. See if they're able to execute that here and get their second win of this tournament. For Celtic, we've seen them come out playing very direct. Straight lines down the pitch, attacking the gaps. Here's Easter. Now given out wide. for Haskins. Haskins cutting back to the right foot. Bybee has it taken away, cleared out. Davis. Davis lobs one ahead. Emily Martin. McCarthy driving down the wing. McCarthy into the box, played in front of the goalkeeper, and Etienne, heavy collision in front with Bybee. Etienne comes off none the worse for wear. And the head official, Valvir Cabrera, just goes to check anyway. Or mentioning our head referee, we'll give you the names of our near and far officials. Jacob Urban is the near assistant, far assistant Tyler Super, and our fourth official is Isad Omanovich. Jaguars driving at the Celtic defense. Not some loose play in midfield, creates the turnover. Pass cut out well by Rasky. Henderson commits the foul out on the wing. Free kick to Jaguars. Ball headed on, Empey there to collect easily. Wanted to play quickly, but couldn't get the attention of Bybee. Played inside, Grace Beeston looking for Bybee, but it's cleared out. Simons with it. Plays ahead for McCarthy. McCarthy driving at the defense. To the back door. Looking for Haskins. Comes out. McCarthy, last touched. It's a goal kick. Rather a corner. A corner awarded. Looked like it had come off McCarthy last, but the point is to the flag, and it will be the first corner of the match. This one for Celtic FC. And just a throw now. Etienne having some trouble. Ruled to have been pushed. And it will be a free kick. Maya Etienne, according to her head coach, was a key player in their win yesterday. They were outshot, gave up more corner kicks, but snuck out a victory, he said, thanks to her stellar play between the posts. Bybee trying to cut. Stopped by Brass. Gets it back to Etienne. Now far side. Playing through the middle. Bandic trying to work something. Doesn't work out. Simons. Into the middle for McCarthy. Back to Simons. And Celtic will reset. Tried to play it through to McCarthy. It's a little too far in front. McCarthy with a nice step over move to turn inside. There's Paola Garcia. And it's collected on the other end by Statter. Through ball ends up to no one except the feet of Maya Etienne. Bybee had an idea. No one else had the same one. Now Jaguars, can they venture forward? This ball played long, out of the midfield. It's cleared back, and Michigan will have a chance to attack at the other end. Long ball doesn't come off. And here's Eves. McCarthy. Haskins. Out wide to Garcia. Inside. Bybee tried the back heel. Defense was wise to it. Michigan will come back the other way with Noonan. Noonan played one down into the corner. And it's one back. Kylie Davis, no foul given. She went down inside the area. Balvier Cabrera, very clear. Waved his arm, said no foul. Celtic continuing that direct attacking style. Just running channels, moving the ball straight up the field. Here's Simons. Simons tried to play through for McCarthy. McCarthy wasn't making the run. Bybee going to battle. Brass trying to hold it off. Keeps it alive. And Bybee whistled for the foul. It'll be a free kick to Jaguars. Through ball, running on. Bandic. Played back to the keeper, Empey. He restarts things and expects Celtic to run straight at this team from Novi, Michigan. McCarthy tried to chest it down, able to control. Pushes it down the wing. It's cleared away. Throw into Celtic. Trying to find some space. Clever little back heel turn for Haskins. Jaguars struggling to hold much of the possession so far. Celtic doing all the attacking. This one cleared. Play across to Easter. Easter gets it back. Lobbed into the box. Nobody there. Here comes Michigan. Bandick driving down the center of the pitch. Looking for something. Now it gives off. It's Noonan. Noonan all alone on the edge. Tries to cut back inside. Then plays a low cross. Nobody home. Jaguars not a pressing team. Happy to drop off. But Celtic just attacks straight down the pitch. And here's a through ball. Coming to Bybee. Bybee with an opportunity. She's offside. Couple of Division I recruits on this Michigan Jaguars team. Riley Balcony, I guess would be the correct pronunciation. Committed to Miami of Ohio. Kylie Davis to Central Michigan. Celtic, all the possession here. Through nearly the first 20 minutes. Yet to make a breakthrough. An attempt from distance that was canceled out from behind. Looked like it might be a somewhat painful one for Beeston. She hit the deck hard. Ball runs through. Davis. Celtic just continuing to repel any long ball that Michigan throws ahead and then work their way up the pitch. No shots on goal just yet. Martin gives it back to Easter. Easter just taking the space in front of her. It's Garcia. Noonan pops it out. Bandick. Bandick has Noonan. She'll send Noonan through. Here comes Noonan on her way to goal. Noonan right-footed effort towards the far post and just wide. But a breakout moment. Jessica Noonan. Sarah Noonan, excuse me. Parents named her Sarah, I named her Jessica. But Noonan just inches away. from opening the scoring here in this one. And just watching her, she looks, just threw her head back in a little bit of disgust. Knows that that was golden opportunity. And now McCarthy for Celtic running down the wing. There's McCarthy. Puts the right foot to it, off the crossbar. On the rebound, it's wide. Got her own rebound and hit the full volley. It didn't come to anything except a goal kick. First strike from McCarthy was spectacular. Just needed a little more dip on it. Here's another look. So big chances each way here in the last 2 minutes. First substitutions coming on. Kate Loudy will check in. Grace Beeston off. Garcia. Simons. Garcia loses out. There's Jeckman. Played ahead once again. Bandick. Jeckman sends one out wide. Looking for Statter. Now a substitution coming for Michigan. Dakota Boer. Ready to come on. Hilly Brass coming out. Now Celtic, as they have been for much of this opening 25 minutes, in control of the ball once again. Jaguars continuing to repel attacks. And mounted a couple of counters of their own. Heavy challenge in the midfield. Anna Eves probably fortunate not to be shown the yellow in the early going. Another substitution for Jaguars. Ellie Wardell coming in. There's a break to Noonan. That's late. And pretty heavy. Garcia with the header. Simons to move it out. She moves it ahead to Bybee. Garcia. McCarthy tried to play through. Garthy down the wing, finding some space. Crossed into the center of the box. Spivey missed it. Loudy to clean it up. Now from out wide, Eves cross didn't quite make it in. Bybee will send it away. Here's Easter. Cross in from McCarthy. Not so difficult for Etienne to deal with. Casually pops it down to the ground. Little combination play doesn't come off on the edge, and now Bybee. She be away. Ball too far out in front. Haskins wasn't making that run. Jaguars getting ready to send on another player. Mara Cousineau. For Celtic, Hallie Fernandez coming on. Sends Bybee to the bench. And Haley Boyer also on, with Haskins coming to have a seat. Wardell couldn't quite reach it. Out for a throw, Celtic. Eves. It's back to Martin. Michigan content right now to let Celtic have all the possession. 28 minutes in. Not really pressing high, but here's a good interception. Here comes Wardell down the wing. Wardell cutting back to the left foot. Rasky, left foot sends it in. Now Celtic coming back the other way. Celtic again charging forward. Loudy trying to push it into the offensive third. It's cleared out. And two more substitutions coming for Celtic. Kenneth Sparks and Amanda Bryan both ready to come on. McCarthy and Eves coming off. Bandick unable to get there on the long clearance. Celtic recovering. Jaguars sitting very deep. Celtic trying to run at that defense. Just haven't made the breakthroughs that they need. Far side, Fernandez wins a throw. Long throw in. Headed back toward the goal. It's into their own net. Jaguars put it in their own net. And it's 1-0 Celtic. After so many minutes of staunch defending, an own goal for Michigan Jaguars off the long throw in. Not the way they would have hoped to start this one. I believe it's Dakota Boer who will be credited with the own goal. Either way, Celtic 1, Jaguars 0. So, through a match and nearly a half, Celtic have still not put a goal in the back of the net of their own accord. Didn't score any yesterday and got an own goal today. Jaguars moving forward. Bandick out for Wardell. Wardell. Chip to the far post off the crossbar. A near miss from Ellie Wardell. Nearly got that own goal right back. Here's another look at the own goal. The header back just beats the keeper Etienne. And there you see the attempt by Wardell that strikes the crossbar, nearly leveling things back up. Here's Garcia, running at the defense. Bryan. Play one in, came off a Jaguars defender. It'll be a corner kick. Just about 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Taken short. Given back to Garcia. Garcia, left-footed shot. Etienne down to her left to take it. Wardell making the run down the wing. Simons will play it back. Will Celtic be as fervent going forward as they had been in the early part now that they've got that goal? Jaguars choose to step out and press a little bit more. These are the questions we need answered. Got about 55 minutes to answer them. Simons over to Easter. Celtic moving forward. Garcia. Kenna. Sparks. Amanda Bryan tried the right-footed shot. It was blocked well on the other side by Smolinski. Taken off the foot of Garcia. Running on, Davis. Davis gets it on the end of her foot. Runs into pressure. Davis has to turn back. And the pass lets down a teammate. And Celtic able to recover. Fernandez played inside for Garcia. About 7 minutes remaining in the half. Not much has changed. Celtic still dominating the possession. Jaguars still dropping off, playing some dogged defense. Scoreline is the only difference. The own goal. Dakota Boer gives Celtic the advantage. Rasky. Garcia. Simons. Amanda Bryan. Played inside, Bryan. Back out. Crossed in. Making the run. Fernandez couldn't come up with a touch. Michigan able to get it clear, but Celtic quickly back on the ball. Here's Garcia. Thought about the left-footed shot. She'll play it back now. Here's Boyer to Garcia. Garcia. Right-footed shot is blocked. And Etienne able to collect it. Jaguars able to clear. Only as far as Sparks. Now played in. Kate Lawdy. Crossed in. Garcia trying to cut back to the right foot. Had it taken away. The result is a corner to Celtic. You see Garcia just trying to cut it back to that right foot and create some space, but very decent defensive effort. But a corner kick nonetheless. And Celtic capitalize. Corner is taken low. And Celtic have to regroup. Send it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Empey. Under 4 minutes remaining, first half. The own goal by Boer, the only difference between the two at this point. All the possession and most of the chances come to Celtic. Jaguars content to clear their lines here as we close out this first half. And not doing much more. Garcia. Pass is picked off, and now Jaguars can break. Wardell running down the near wing. Receives the pass. Has two options in the middle. Davis tries to run at the defense. He gives it away. Wardell picks it up. Now Empey. Slowly bringing it out, signifying the end of the attack. Ball taken away by Bandic. No support there, foul called. Light protests from Emily Martin, who was whistled for the foul. Michigan Jaguars perhaps now with an opportunity in this set piece to make something happen. Celtics setting a wall for a free kick 40 yards out. It's not something you often see. The attempt is well over the crossbar. It'll result in a goal kick for Empey. Long ball played down the wing, looking for Lottie. A throw on for Michigan Jaguars. Team coached by Dan Dalzacchio. Quickly taken by Celtic after that throw. 1 minute remaining in stoppage time now. We've had the 45, get the extra minute. Not a lot of stoppages. Celtic have just maintained the ball in play and in possession. Michigan have created a few chances. One golden one that was missed by Noonan. They've been more than happy to sit deep and wait for Celtic to attack so they can create something on the counter. And there's the minute of stoppage time. We head to the halftime break. Neither team put a ball in the opposing net, but Michigan put one in their own. That leads us to the 1-0 scoreline. Celtic dominant in possession. But it was the blunder at the back that gives them the lead. We're at the half here. Girls under 18 action from the Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. Hope you'll stick around. Join us for the second half and the conclusion of this match.
US Youth Soccer has impacted my life by taking over, and I mean, it's been a very good experience. A lot of like life skills and lessons and how to take on certain things, and it's really made a big impact on my life.
Hey, everybody here was amazing.
We played against some amazing girls, and I just think it was awesome.
It's really great to see my team like pull together to really work hard.
Being a regional champion is amazing. It's a once in a lifetime type of opportunity for these guys, for myself.
Back with you here for the second half of Michigan Jaguars and Celtic FC Premier Junior, a team from Orem, Utah. Thank you for joining us for the second half. 1-0 your scoreline, Celtic leading for an own goal by Dakota Boer late in that first half. Celtic dominating possession through most of the first 45 minutes. But Michigan showing a little higher press now here in the second. Trying to cut some passing lanes. Able to do so right there. Wardell had her attempt blocked. McCarthy crunched along the side. And a foul is called. Addison Simons and Celtic back in possession. This is how we looked for much of the first half. Celtic holding around midfield. Jaguars dropping off, trying to defend in numbers. There's Bryan. Bryan driving forward. Puts it out wide to Beeston. Beeston across the top of the 18. Nobody home. Van Dyke pushed it ahead. Noonan couldn't get anything on it. Celtic back in possession. Bryan. Bryan with a right-footed shot. Scuffs along the turf. Michigan try to break out. Down the wing. Running on. Sarah Noonan. Noonan. Left-footed shot. Stopped in the box by Empey. Another good opportunity for Noonan that goes begging. She had a great one in the first half. She couldn't quite put away. But another good stop from Empey. There's Simons. Beeston. Here's Easter. Driving at the heart of that Michigan defense. Finding a little channel to run in, but the pass to no one. Ends up at the feet. The Jaguars keeper. And then it's turned over back to Celtic. This is what so much of the first half entailed. Jaguars would defend, 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 get into possession, make an errant pass, and Celtic right back to possession. Bryan trying to turn. And to Bryan, the only college committed player for Celtic not going to either Utah Valley or BYU. She'll be heading to Snow College. It's McCarthy. McCarthy, a BYU recruit herself. Sent all the way back to Paige Easter. There's Martin. Martin tried to play through. Didn't quite get there. And then fouled. Bandick. Quickly taken. Played down the wing. It's Brass running on. Cross into the center. Comes back to the keeper, Empey. She'll throw out to distribute and restart the attack. It's Beeston. Driving straight down the middle of the pitch. McCarthy. Right-footed shot from outside the box. Doesn't trouble Etienne too badly. Another shot on goal registered for Celtic. Off the shoulder. Here's Wardell. Now Noonan around one defender. Noonan with some space. Charging down, trying to get around the corner. But a good shoulder put in out there. By the Celtic defender. Sparks sends it ahead for Bryan. Bryan lost her footing. Beeston sends it all the way back to Empey. Now Celtic playing nearly at a walking pace at the back. Michigan just not interested in pressing.
I'm saying in the last episode they got roasted for that, like people taking
Cleared out by Cousineau. Possession back to Celtic. There's plenty of room. Easter. 10 yards of space in front of her when she picked it up. Boyer sends it back. Now Fernandez. Easter again. Looking for McCarthy. A little too far out in front. Nodded back by Lottie.
maybe she's like her father.
Simons. Between defenders. A good ball through to Beeston. Beeston crosses to the middle of the box. No late runner coming, and it's cleared out. But here's Bryan again. Bryan. McCarthy. Turning the corner. McCarthy crossing in. Looking for Bryan. It's over for a corner kick. Got to work from Celtic on that possession. Worked it around through several different players for creating an opportunity. And earned the corner kick. Set piece will be taken by McCarthy. Goes all the way through to the far post. Fernandez, right-footed effort. Far post! She got it! Incredible finish from Hallie Fernandez. How about that? Marvelous job by Fernandez to collect herself, make a composed strike that found the far upper 90. What a beautiful shot. Celtic now with that 2-0 lead, maybe forcing Jaguars' hand and making them come out and play a little higher line, try and create something. It's 55 minutes gone. Celtic looking for their first win of the tournament. Had a 0-0 draw yesterday. Won't be shut out today. Benefited from an own goal in the first half, committed by Jaguars, and just a moment ago. Sensational strike from Fernandez. Hallie Fernandez, verbally committed to Utah Valley, one of several on this roster. Cross goes all the way through. It's Bryan. Beeston.
No, I'm just saying in general. No, I said
7 players on the roster for Celtic have either committed or verbally agreed to play for Utah Valley. McCarthy flicks to the side. The goal scorer Fernandez cutting back in. She wants another crack at this, but it's right at Etienne.
How about when you guys stop asking?
Etienne gives it the big boot. Touched forward. Here's Beeston. Beeston to the left foot, gives it to Bryan. Here's Sparks. Cross comes in, blocked on the way in. A low cross meets the feet of Maya Etienne.
I was going to say, they're asking.
Another look at the goal from Fernandez, and boy, you almost feel sorry for Maya Etienne. There's just nothing you can do about it when it's placed that well. It'll go down for her as a goal allowed, but boy almighty. Here's Beeston charging ahead. Beeston playing through. A low shot at the near post for Boyer into the arms of Etienne. But a good run through and a good ball for Boyer. Celtic pretty much having it their own way at this point. Bandic driving at the back line for Celtic, trying to create anything. Or pass forward for Noonan, too far ahead. Now we've passed the hour mark and Celtic in much less of a hurry to attack and move forward. Very content to see out this 2-0 victory. And Michigan, no change in strategy. Simons slowly ahead. Played across for Brian. Brian looking for options. Gets it back. Boyer. Out wide for Beeston. Martin pushed over. Celtic just not giving up possession right now. Michigan not interested in putting any pressure on them. Jaguars turn it right back over, and here's Beeston charging ahead. Played through for Brian on the wing. Brian with the cross. Etienne, it beats her, but beats the far post as well. And now Fernandez with another shot. That just sails high. Here we have a look. Gets past Etienne from Brian's cross. And then on the back end, Hallie Fernandez almost added to her tally. Brian able to keep it in. With no options, Boyer plays it out and gives Michigan an advanced throw.
I can't get that throw, and I can't get that throw.
Smolinski will take it. Foul called. Julia Stoddard got into a little collision with Beeston and result in a free kick. This could be the way back for Michigan Jaguars. Stoddard to take. Headed away. Michigan trying to keep it in. It all comes to nothing. It'll be a goal kick for MP.
Sub next net ball. Just over the crossbar.
Celtic, rampant, dominant, all the adjectives you can imagine for being on top. Possession statistics, I would have to imagine, would be in the neighborhood of 70-30 in favor of Celtic.
And there's a plot maybe.
Now this one popped ahead. Good defensive effort at the back for Boer. Boer guilty of putting the ball in her own net in the first half for that own goal. And now substitutions coming in. It's time for Celtic. Madison Henderson will come on.
It's back there. It's back there. I can't get it.
Paige Easter coming off to take a break. Played out wide for Bryan. Bryan looking for something through. She's just given space. Takes it. Let's move back to Boyer. Tried the outside of the foot to play it forward. Didn't quite come off. Michigan turn it over once again. Simons give it back to Henderson, who almost wasn't paying attention. Challenge on the far side. Celtic win it once again. Attack canceled. Throwing it down. Wardell cutting inside. Wardell creates something. Cutting all the way across the field. Finds Noonan at the far post. Chipped inside. Miscontrolled by Nesson. And cleared away out near the midfield stripe. Here's Bandick. Played it to the corner.
Might get to go see Messi or Hazard.
Looking for Smolinski. Too far in front.
The water's more expensive. Like I went to Italy and you can at restaurants you have to get like bottles of water in order to drink. Contaminated, I know.
Celtic leading 2-0. Now into the 70th minute. Have been unbothered by whatever Michigan Jaguars have thrown at them. And now McCarthy's run on a one-a-foot race. She's into the box, a 3-on-2, takes it herself into the side net. She had Fernandez standing at the penalty spot, but chose to take it herself. And hits the outside of the side net. We stay at 2-0. Here's Brian. Played it inside for Fernandez. Fernandez stops, cuts it back. Left-footed attempt this time into the hands easily of Etienne.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut the stream. You guys, you come talk to me right away. Oh. Hold on. Hey, some of the subs.
Picked up in midfield by Emily Martin.
Some of the kids want to be on. Is that okay or no? Some of the subs want to be on. Like
Boyer turns it over. Jaguars take advantage. Wardell running on. Gets in behind Henderson. Wardell around the corner to the end line. Wardell tries to cut it back. Comes off a defender and stays in. It's a great break for Celtic. Only that ball out over the end line for a corner. It stayed on the pitch. Comes back the other way. Celtic in the dominant position, looking to perhaps bring in a few fresh bodies.
well, they're back by their water cooler now.
There's Martin.
They went way too early. I should have told them.
Boyer. Out to Amanda Bryan.
Afterwards, it looks like they're watching the game, so I mean,
To Martin. Switched all the way across. Kenna Sparks. Sparks with a right-footed shot. And Etienne had to go down to her right to make the save, and it results in a corner. A hooking, dipping shot from Kenna Sparks. And now we have a corner kick for Celtic.
short corner. I hate it when people yell that. People who yell shoot from there, like when they're like that where my camera is.
Henderson. Now Bryan gets it from Boyer. Back to Boyer. Sent back to the middle of the field. Lottie leaves it for no one. Wardell will pick it up for Michigan. Played ahead, nodded back. From Beeston's head to Empey's foot, Celtics stay in control.
First game we did that would technically be the best first team.
Celtic just happy to dominate possession.
You guys will have to work till like 6 tomorrow, that Friday, so. You guys can get both. You might as well try and get it around.
2-0 lead for the team from Utah. Own goal in the first half. Beautiful strike from Hallie Fernandez in the second half. A whole lot of ball movement in between.
Right there. No, it's coach on the other side.
Played through, looking for
She's in black.
the on-rushing Wardell. Wardell gets it out, wins a free throw. Substitutes coming on for Jaguars. Kylie Davis ready to come on, as well as Michelle Jeckman
Yeah, there's 3 of them. I'm trying to get 2 of them.
and Eiley Rasky. Throw incoming for Michigan Jaguars after the substitutions. Fresh bodies coming on. Perhaps trying to take advantage of this advanced position they find themselves so rarely in. The shot from Bandick right into the waiting arms of Empey. Three substitutes up and ready now for Celtic. The attempted cross will go over the end line, and it's a goal kick. Will give the chance for the 3 substitutes to come on. Jocelyn Bybee, Brianna Eves, and Lily Haskins. 3 players that started the match all coming back on. Rachel McCarthy, one of the more dangerous players up front. Will come to the bench, giving way to Haskins. Jaguars now playing a bit higher press, extending those defensive lines out, trying to win some balls in the midfield rather than playing in their own defensive third so often as they have throughout much of this match. 77 minutes gone. Good cut inside for Noonan. Played forward. Cross comes. It's over the end line. Goal kick. Michigan Jaguars came out the 2-0 victors yesterday. Unless something changes pretty drastically, they're going to be 2-0 losers this afternoon. Celtic have shown nothing that would lead you to believe they're ready to give up the possession game that they're playing. But the high press now from Michigan starting to cause a little trouble at the back. Celtic able to work it through the midfield. Bybee. Now with Eves, played through. Running onto it, here's Haskins. Haskins with 2 players at the far post, chipped in. And the first time effort from Jocelyn Bybee goes high and wide. A clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity that Bybee just couldn't deal with. Another substitution coming on for Celtic. Paula Garcia. Grace Beeston is the player off. Just about 10 minutes remaining. Jaguars would need a tremendous turn of fortune, like something rarely seen. Trailing by 2 goals and by about 50% in possession. Wardell doesn't get there ahead of Simons. The press staying high for Michigan. Starting to create some things here. Bandic off the crossbar. Great effort from Jessica Bandic. Now, Celtic break the press. It's just played out into touch. A high press from Michigan. Not allowing Celtic to possess. Seems to be doing a little better than the way they played in the first half. Celtic push it out wide. Big collision. Foul goes against Celtic. Here's the last shot from Bandic. Hits the crossbar. It's the now we'll take a look at the foul just committed. It's actually hard for me to tell who committed the foul there. I know that our head referee, Balvir Cabrera, made the call. From my angle, looked like it was fairly 50-50. Driving at the defense, here's Haskins. Haskins, right-footed attempt. Etienne over to pick it up. Simons will collect. Played out wide. Bybee couldn't handle it. Back in the middle. Chipped up for Wardell. And an offside flag is up against Michigan. Played ahead for Haskins. Great turn in the middle of the field. Running on. Here's Bybee. Bybee, left foot shot. Saved by Etienne. Well done by the Michigan goalkeeper. Does result in a goal kick, or a corner kick rather. And it was another clear opportunity for Bybee. Corner comes in. Ends up on the foot of Boyer. Boyer rifles one into the box. Noonan. "85 minutes done. Played through for Wardell. She reach it before it goes across the end line. She does. Wardell's cross. All the way through. Here's Haskins. Out wide for Paula Garcia. Haskins on the 1-2. Garcia doesn't get there. And then commits the foul. So free kick to Michigan. Down the wing, Noonan on the run. Plays one across. Shot on the way over the bar. Stoddard made a good run down the middle of the field. Couldn't quite keep the shot down. She tried to shift her hips around. Celtic FC on their way to their first victory of the tournament. Should improve to 1-0-1. Be set up in pretty good position heading into their third and final match to control their fate as far as making it to the knockout round. Corner kick for Jaguars. And there's a conference of officials on the far side. Taylor Super and Balvier Cabrera having a little chat. Served in toward the near post. Touched on. A deft little touch from Bandic. It just stays wide. Another near miss for Jessica Bandic. Celtic trying to work through the press. Empey played out wide. Here's Boyer. Fernandez. Celtic continuing to possess, try to break the press. Back to Sparks. Now Empey. He launches one ahead. Bybee. Pushed from behind and then stepped on. A lot of frustration to go around for this Michigan team, I'm sure. A little talking to for Sarah Smolinski. And that's all. One minute of stoppage time. We've had the 90, one more to go. It's been all Celtic today. 2-0 lead by way of an own goal and a strike from Fernandez. Jaguars will taste defeat for the first time at the tournament. Handball called. And we should be close to the end of stoppage time after the taking of this free kick. Sent all the way back to Empey. Cabrera puts the whistle in his mouth. And there's full time. So Celtic FC, a 0-0 draw yesterday. They come out on top today thanks to an own goal and a wonderful strike from Hallie Fernandez in the second half. They win it by a score of 2-0. They move to 1-0-1 for the tournament. Jaguars, meanwhile, fall to 1-1 and will still be in the mix to get out of this group stage, depending on what happens tomorrow. That's going to do it for our morning session. We'll be back in a few hours, 6:30 this evening, for more from the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships here at Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. I'm John Schreiner. I want to remind you that this production of Turbo Sports is brought to you by the following sponsors.
That's clean.